Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Hello, people of the stream. I see Sophia and Anita out there. Hey, y'all. How you doing? What's going on? How's your Wednesday? Oh, I'm yawny. I'm tired. I'm tired, but hanging in. Not too bad. Um, so what's going on over there for you guys? My non-US compatriots. So, um, the weather is cold here, but nice. Like the sun is out, but it is a little chilly right now. Um, it is currently 57 degrees, which isn't terrible. Like yesterday, it was a lot colder, um, which is 14 degrees Celsius for y'all. But that's not too bad for November. But man, the other night, ooh, it was cold. Anita says things are settling down a bit, though it was a busy morning making appointments. Okay. Sophia's on the last week of her internship, and she thinks she's gonna miss it. Oh, but you did awesome. What a great internship. There's Ariel. Hello. Ariel is stuck in Adland, so I'll have to say hello to her in another second. Sophia says we're getting freezing temps this weekend. Yeah, that's what we had the last couple days. Welcome back, Ariel. Hello, friend. How are you doing today? Sophia says the other day I ran 5K for the first time in literal years after my knee started giving me problems. Congratulations. That's awesome. Huzzah. Yay. Good job. Good job. Uh-oh. It's gonna be one of those days, y'all. It's gonna be one of those days. Woo. Anita said it snowed here. Oof. Some flurries overnight. They've melted now. We actually, I didn't see any, but in other parts of the Atlanta area, we had snow yesterday. Flurries. Not anything that sticks. But usually if we're going to get something that sticks, it's not going to be until January when it gets like the coldest. But we also had flurries, Anita, down here in the tropical south. Yeah, that's one of the things that always annoyed me about my northern family. I moved to the south from Chicago, and so I still have lots of relatives up there. And anytime I post like a picture of my yard after it snowed or something, they're like, "Oh my God, what do you mean it snows there?" I thought it was always hot in Atlanta, and so for some reason people think that Atlanta is situated, I don't know, right next to the Bahamas. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why they think that, but they absolutely think that. Ariel says, doing good, just doing some day job stuff. Awesome. Anita says one of the appointments was to put on my snow tires in 2 weeks. All right. That's awesome. That is one thing we don't have to worry about down here is snow tires. Mainly because if it snows, you do not go out on the road. You just don't. That is just not a thing. Because we don't have the infrastructure, like, to be able to clear the roads. I mean, you know, they tend to clear the big roads with the, like, 3 vehicles they have that can be used as snowplows. But, you know, so... And that's the whole thing. That's the other thing about my relatives in the north. When they see, like, Atlanta get shut down because of an ice storm or whatever, because we get more ice storms than we do snowstorms, to be quite honest. And they're all like, blah blah blah, y'all can't drive in the snow. It's like, honey, you can't drive in the snow either. You know what you can drive in? Plowed and salted roads with snow tires. That's what allows you to drive in them. If you do not have plowed and salted roads and you do not have snow tires, you also cannot drive in snow. It's literally the tools you have, not your magical ability to be able to drive in snow. That is so dumb. Like, it is so dumb. Okay, we'd starve if we didn't go out in the snow. Of course, because, like, you have a lot of snow on a regular basis. So, yes, of course. You know, we obviously don't have that issue, although you wouldn't You wouldn't think we didn't have that issue by the way the grocery stores are completely cleaned out if there's even a hint of a snowflake in the air. Um, Sophia says, in my entirely incorrect mental map of your country, Atlanta is next to Florida and therefore has the same weather as Miami, except more swamps and fewer palm trees. There's actually probably more swamps in Florida than there are in Georgia. Although we do have our share of swamps. But no, we do not have the same weather as Miami. Trust on that. No one wins at weather Olympics. Exactly, you know? But it's just so funny how people who are in the north, like, I can tell you right now, if people in the north came down here, like, they would not be, like, if you took the northern infrastructure and plopped it down in the south, in the midst of the big rainy times, y'all would not be able to leave the house because, and by y'all I mean them, not necessarily people here, but like, because our roads and stuff are built with the understanding that it's gonna flood every year. There's gonna be enough rain to flood, and so, like, Chicago roads would be completely underwater. Like, nobody'd be able to leave. So yeah, you know, it's just like each area has their own particular, you know, their own particular weather patterns. And so their infrastructure is created with those weather patterns in mind, which is the right way to do things. But then it's like, y'all don't know snow, y'all don't know cold. It's like, sorry, honey, 30 degrees Fahrenheit is cold. Like, it doesn't matter if you're in Chicago or Atlanta or even Miami. 30 degrees is cold. It is below freezing. It is cold, period. You know? Anyway, Ariel says, I was in upstate New York while it snowed last year and it was so easy to get around because they cleared the roads. Right. That could never happen in Tennessee or Georgia. Same. Anita said, you obviously have never driven in Canada. We totally drive on the snow-covered roads. We are crazy. Yes, but you have snow tires. And the roads get, like, you guys have something to keep the roads from icing over, I imagine. You have either plows or you have salt, or you, like, we do not have salt trucks here. Like, we don't have any of that. Because it doesn't make sense to spend the money on that when we're going to use it 2 or 3 times a year. That is not, like, fiscally responsible. Sophia says, it is funny, but it's important then not to do the opposite when people in northern climates complain about the heat. I don't. Like, I agree. And, you know, the thing is, people in the northern climates often get some of the temperatures that we get in the south, just for not as long. In the same way, we have, you know, the same cold that y'all have in the north, but not for nearly as long, right? I mean, yeah. I don't make fun of people who complain about the heat, because the heat can be awful. You know, just like I don't make fun of people who complain about the cold, because the cold can be awful. So it's just, I mean, I just see it really, as someone who grew up in the north and moved to the south, I just see it very sort of blatantly, because I was also raised in that culture that people in the south are just always, you know, sitting out in the sun, and you know, they don't know anything about cold and da-da-da-da-da. Like, yeah, it's just a thing. In the same way that people in the South are very, people from the South look sideways at people from the North because, you know, they think that people from the North are hoity-toity or, you know, whatever. I don't even know. So, anyway, I'm just tired of people making fun of other people. I guess that's really what it comes down to. All right. What are y'all working on today? I am going to admit and say I'm having trouble with, like, gathering all the things that I need to do and figuring out, like, prioritizing and stuff. So I'm basically just ignoring everything, and I'm going to work on the manuscript that I've been working on. I'm just going to ignore everything else. Fuck everything else. I haven't even put up Sunday's event. I'll put it up today. I put up today's and tomorrow's yesterday, and then I ran out of steam. I just ran out of steam, y'all. It's just like, so. But I'll put that up today so we can get the voting going. All right, what are y'all working on? I know Ariel, you said you're working on day job stuff. Sophia, Anita, what have you guys got on deck? I'm gonna see if anybody's over in the YouTube. I'm not seeing any chatty chats in the YouTube. All right, come on, y'all. What are you working on? What are you working on? I'm still waiting. Waiting. All right. I figure you guys will let me know in the chat what you're working on. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer so we can get into it. Ah, there we go. Anita says, I'm attempting to write in my Disaster of a Ghost Lighthouse novel that is not going to be as long as I thought. Oh, I'm so sorry. Like that. There's so much negativity in that sentence. Like, that is a very well-crafted sentence. Like, that just completely, like, all of your feelings are in that sentence. So, wow, that is a great job. I mean, transfer that on into your writing, right? Like, that's really good. You conveyed a lot in that sentence, my friend. Well, I hope that it goes a little bit easier on you. All right, Sophia, let us know what you're working on in the chat. We're going to go ahead and start the timer. I got 20 minutes on the clock. Let's go do the thing. Here we go. All right, y'all, that's the end of the first sprint. Welcome in, Valerie. I'm sorry you're hurting. That's rough. I'm so sorry. Um, I hope you're able to resolve it. Like, if it just started out of the blue, like, and you can't, like, trace it to, like, something you did yesterday or you twisted something or whatever, I would probably message my doctor, you know, and see what they say. But I hope it feels better. So, but welcome in. We're glad you're here. How did everybody do that round? I got slightly sidetracked at one point, but I am working through working through some of the stuff that was already written for that short story that I'm now bringing in as the opening of the book. There was a little bit too much detail about a magical thing that they're doing. There was like too much. It got too caught up in the minutia. So let's see. Anita wrote a few words, got sidetracked by the Goodreads Choice Awards. All right. Valerie says, since my doctor hasn't responded to my last 2 messages, I'm not bothering. I think it's time to fire your doctor and find a new one. Ariel said, didn't get much work done because my back started hurting from sitting. Ooh, I'm sorry. Y'all, we're all a bunch of aches and pains today, huh? I mean, I get it. I wish I would stop yawning, y'all. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Okay, so, but Valerie, you're here in good time. Like, it's the beginning of the stream, so you'll be able to hang out with us, hopefully. Valerie says, I thought it was just the weather, and then the pain got worse. Maybe you need to go to urgent care. Because, like, it depends. I mean, it could theoretically, I mean, I obviously don't know what kind of pain it is, but it could be things that could be really problematic. So if the pain keeps getting worse, you may need a trip to urgent care. See what they say. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oof, that's rough. But we've got another sprint coming up. I don't know if that makes you feel better. So, we got 20 minutes on the clock, but Valerie, if you need to go to the doctor, you go to the doctor. Let us know, though. Yeah, not looking forward to a day sitting around and then being told, I don't know, put ice on it. And I'm solo parenting, so don't want to drag the kid to that. I can understand that. Anywho, work to do. Let's go. You know what you might do is you might see if, like, I have Aetna as my insurance, and I can, like, go into the Aetna app and make a telehealth appointment with a medical provider through their app. So you might want to look at that if that's a thing that your insurance has. All right.
Black Katangi just followed. Yay.
Thank you for the follow, new friend. Ariel says, I mean, my aches and pains have been the norm for over a year. I mean, yes. Oh, you have Medicaid. Yeah. Oh, that's awful. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Hey, Black Cat Tangy. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm like reading it Black Cat, but then also Tangy together? I'm not sure. Welcome in, new friend. Glad you could join us. Oh, Angie. Black Katangi. Does that sound right? Black Katangi? Hello and welcome. I'm Vanessa. I write urban fantasy with horrific elements, also short stories that often end up being horror. I'm a professional editor and have been since 2008, working with both indie authors and small presses. And I run the Writers Troupe, which is a writerly support and education group on Facebook, Discord, and obviously Twitch. Here's the Facebook. Here is the Discord. Feel free to join if you're interested. I usually host sprints here on Twitch on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Although my schedule's been really erratic lately because of personal life stuff. But then also we have sprints and co-working and all kinds of things throughout the week on different mediums, including in the Discord, as well as on Google Meet and Zoom and various other things. So yeah, welcome in. What do you write? Let us know what you write. So on this stream, we do 20-minute sprints. Every couple sprints, we take a 5 or 10 minute break. And then after a while, I lose track of when the breaks were and whatever. So we've got about another 2.5 hours left on the stream. So you've got plenty of time to get stuff done. Feel free to let us know what you're working on in the chat. I am working on a new novel because I am apparently trying real hard to ignore the things that I actually need to do, like should be doing. But I've had such a difficult time with writing that if I figure if I'm feeling inspired by something that isn't necessarily a thing that is on my to-do list, that I should just go with it and just run with it. So that's what I'm working on today. So feel free to let us know what you're working on and what you write in general if you'd like to share that. Black Katanji says, love to write all sorts of things. My roots are in fanfic, but I'm transitioning into writing an actual novel after writing so many long fics. Well, you're in good company. We have several many fanfic authors in TWT. Sophia's here. She actually just put a really big long fanfic up on AO3 and is now reaping all of the views for that. But she pretty much wrote most of it with us, so that's so exciting. What even is plot structure? I mean, I don't write fanfic, and I am exactly the same way. Like, plot structure, for whatever reason, just, like, eludes me. But I know how to tell a story, and that's what matters, right? That's what matters. All right. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm assuming you're working on your new original fiction that you're doing. So awesome. Glad to see you here. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. We don't usually play music during or anything during the sprints, but music can be purchased by Plot Bunnies in the menu if folks want music. And various other things. All right, but let's get into it. I want to get back to that story. So 20 minutes on the clock. Let's do it, y'all. Here we go. Okay, y'all, that's the end of that sprint. Come on back. How did you do? I got moving along, moving along. So, huzzah. Okay, Ariel, thank you for the reminder. I completely forgot to show you guys my new keycaps on my keyboard. So let me pop this up and see if you can see. Can you see them? Can you see them? How they look like they're drawn? Isn't that cool? Can you see it? Tell me you can see it so I can put it down. Anyway, I thought it was cool. So yeah. Yeah, I like the colors as well. I like the colors as well. The original one was white and red, which I liked, except that there were a lot of, like, you can see, like, this, it's got some special things. So, like, these are the original keys, these three right here. So, the only thing I didn't like about them was that they had, like, three different, oh, I've put them away. I've put the keys, did I put the keys away? I did put the keys away. They had three different symbols on them. Like, and it just looked super cluttered to me. So I went looking for new keycaps and I found these and I think they're cute. So anyway, let's see. Sophia finished reading the chapter she'll be posting on Saturday and is currently adding some words to her short work in progress. Excellent. We love that. Anita did not do any writing, had to deal with answering an email. I understand that too. I'm ignoring my emails currently. All right, we get a little breaky break, and I've been snacking on pretzels, so I should actually go get something real to eat. So, if you need something to eat, you need something to drink, you need to use the restroom, this is a great time to do that. At the very least, if you've been sitting this whole time, get up out of your chair, stretch your legs, move around a little. I'm going to go down and get more tea and grab something to eat for lunch. Let's see. Ariel did day job stuff. Good, good. Anita said this was a publishing job email. Couldn't ignore it. Excellent. That's awesome. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll be right back, y'all. So we will meet back here in 5, yeah? Also, this is your first reminder. If you've not as yet taken your meds, and you should have taken your meds by now, take your meds. All right. Be right back, y'all. Alright, I am back. I have brought my standard Lunchables for lunch because I am an adult and I can eat what I fucking want. And it's easy and I don't have to think about it. But I do add spicy mustard to it because that makes it better. So, I am going to be taking this next sprint off. I will be off camera so y'all don't have to see me shoveling food in my mouth. Also, not going to play any music, so if you purchase music, it'll be put off to the next sprint because I want to watch a couple YouTube videos while I eat. So yeah. But we're going to get ready to start another sprint here in a couple minutes, and I am going to get eating. So, my internet keeps going up and down. Anybody? We're going to stop the timer. Alright, somebody let me know I'm actually here. There we go. But it seems like... You guys can hear me or not? If I'm actually here or not, I don't even know anymore. Okay, it looks like my internet's back, but it doesn't look like I'm actually... It's set and I'm disconnected again. I'm going to close this down.